From the still waters of an Appalachian lake, a forgotten road emerges. It traces a creek's path up the mountainside, seeming to lead nowhere. I've returned here several times, always drawn by its mystery. For a long time, all I knew were whispers and speculations. Some said it was an old logging camp, others, a haunted place. To uncover the truth, we must journey back in time. The early 1900s saw extensive logging, leaving this area deforested and largely unusable. The Weeks Act of 1911 empowered the federal government to purchase private land, safeguarding river watersheds and headwaters, ultimately leading to the creation of our national forests. On May 31, 1933, President Franklin Roosevelt established the Civilian Conservation Corps. The CCC enlisted young men aged 18 to 25 in work programs to improve America's public lands, forests, and parks. They planted over 3 billion trees and constructed trails and shelters in more than 800 parks nationwide, shaping the modern national and state park systems we have today. But not all the parks they built remain. I would never have suspected this place was a park had I not stumbled upon a brief mention in a 1941 newspaper. It spoke of the opening of Beech Grove, a CCC-built area, and it was a segregated park. It's important to understand this was 1941, and social norms were very different from today. There were even still posses. So let's see what remains. I'm just following this old road up, and still, even though I like the greener times of year, the place is beautiful. Warm enough for tadpoles, it's warm enough for snakes. Keep your eyes open. What's that over there? Yeah, so it's an old drainage pipe, and we're still about half a mile from the actual area we're going to. What's that? Ooh. There's an old bucket or pail of some kind. Been shot at, of course. Shotgun? Okay. We're not too far away from the grove. And there's this other road that goes up here. I read of reports of there was 2 parking areas. But you can see, not really many good options. Of course, back then they wouldn't have had as many cars. Yeah, we have to take the time to check it out. Well, we've got some bottles over here around these rocks. What are they? Well, it's a broken bottle. Broken 1/2 gallon bottle. Jug. Does that fit anyway? No, that doesn't fit in any way, shape, or form. Yep, always the bears. Bears are so unsanitary. Down below the road, that looks like it might be to a parking area. Off the main road, there's this other offshoot that looks like it's going this way. I saw those piles of rocks I was curious about, but there's a, looks to be a pot or a bucket. Yep. Yep, that is an old bucket. Old galvanized bucket. Small one. So as we get closer to the main area, there's more and more signs of some of the activities that went on here. Like this little side slot off the road. And right near it, right over there, it looks like some kind of stacked stone. Oh, stupid vine. Yep. Yeah, that's been built by human hands. The place was called Beech Grove. And this is a beech tree. An old one. And those are worth investigating because oftentimes people would carve their initials and a date in them. And sure enough, on this side of the tree, there's an initial, looks like JL. Something looks like 1970 maybe. But that could have been a month and a slash, 70. All right next to this beautiful spot on the creek. Up the road further is another big flat area right off of the road. Definitely been graded through there, nice and flat. Don't mind those newer logs over there. That's probably hunters camping up here or something like that. And there's a gate structure right past it. This would have been the main entrance area, I believe. That's not from the era. Yeah, past this point is when odd things always happen to me whenever I've come out here. As you can see, the road is still here, but for vehicles it's kind of hard to get through. Down off the road, there's some old concrete for something. No idea what that was for. But almost directly across from it is our first set of mystery rocks, I call them. Two shorter rocks with one middle taller rock with bolts and nuts on them. Creek's down there, the road's right there. Those rocks are there. There's a couple more placed stones right there, but they're not the same as the other ones. And then right over there we have the first of two large square doodads. I don't know what to call them. They don't appear to be foundations, but I don't know what they're for. It's not a pad, as you can clearly see. A large square concrete deal. Also through here we start seeing a number of beech trees that could have been around in the 40s, 50s, 60s, such as this one. And that big one up there. And trip on the rocks. And there's another beech tree right there. Here we've got a lot of historical meat. We've got that there. We've got some rocks over there. We've got more of the mystery stones there. So I guess I'll start over there. Now the newspaper does mention this area having 2 bathroom facilities. Looks kind of like that's one of those type of facilities. Other people have told me that this was a building for storing dynamite by the CCC. But since this wasn't an actual CCC camp, it was built by the CCC. I don't think they would have been storing dynamite here. All right, what's been digging there? Anyway, you can actually go in it this time. Not very big. There's a hole down there. Oh yeah, I think I'll stick the camera down there. Why not? I'm on a concrete pad and it's open under there. Looks like a good place for snakes. Oh no, it's probably pretty dark in there. Did you have fun down there? Doggone, creek's playing tricks on my mind again, making me think I'm hearing voices. Water can do that. Up to the mystery stone. Look at those beautiful rocks. As you can see, it's pretty much the same pattern. 2 shorter ones in between taller ones. And it looks to be about the size of one of those pavilions I've seen the CCC build in park areas. It's even got a pile of rocks over there. It looked like it was steps coming up to whatever platform was going on here. And even though that side has the taller one in between the 2 smaller stones, this one side over here is just a row of taller stones. And it's got a slightly wider gap right there, a slightly wider gap over there. And these stones are no joke. They're not coming out easily. Oh, the lighting's perfect right now. You can clearly see this little wall that goes around over here to another little roadbed right here that went up that way. I'm not sure what the purpose of that pile is in between that, unless this was a structure and that was a fireplace base. I don't know. But right over there, some stairs. Boom, 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 boom. Nice, wide, curved little set of stairs here that lead up to this little area and this big circle over here. Now this I find really interesting. The article mentions that they had a barbecue pit big enough for a whole cow. This looks like it's big enough for a whole cow. Yeah, you could fit a cow in here. It's getting warm. Oh, it's a barbecue pit, that's why. So down there was the first concrete structure with the first mystery stones. Up here is the big mystery stone structure with the steps. Pretty sure that's the barbecue pit. Then we have a couple more mystery stones that are in there. And then right up over there we have a second concrete square. So here we have another one. It's the same size, same construction. This one's a little bit more busted up though. Since there's two of them, it makes me wonder if these were the bathroom structures and not that other building over there. I don't know. I could not find any maps of that area that showed anything about the structures here. The article mentions it being built in a natural amphitheater, and this place certainly fits that bill. You've got these walls surrounding this whole area, basically. And in the middle of all this area is this one very old, big, cool looking beech tree. And it's probably at the same time the coolest and creepiest tree I've ever seen. Creek goes up that way. There's a little cove back in there. We'll go check that out. Oh my goodness. That has definitely seen better days. Whatever that can was for. It's like kerosene or some type of fuel. What's that? Oh. It's like a little pour spout came off of it, metal. A lot of trees down from Helene. Kind of dead ends back there, but I still kind of want to see, you know, the steepness of these hills. Geez. Boxed in. There's nothing back here. Back down and around. Curiosity gets the best of me. End up detouring where I didn't plan on going, just to see. Oh well. Oh, looky here. There's an old bridge. Hard to say how old. Appears to have been well built when it was. Very wide. Probably had a few more logs and the decking going across it. Good sized logs. Those are surprisingly sturdy still. Okay. What is that? Looks like an old Cars Cross member. But I could be wrong. Swear I heard a voice over there. Kind of weird. It's kind of lonely up here for a place that had, at one point, it said 1,400 people for the opening of Beech Grove Recreation Area. I mean, this was all cleared park area, full of camping spots, all that stuff they would have had back then. To think of all the picnics and families and church gatherings that happened here. No, it makes you wonder. It's all been forgotten. The exact date of the park's closure remains elusive, and I've been told the area was used until the early 1970s, though I cannot confirm this. From the remnants, it's clear this was once a beautiful place, with the drive said to be among the most scenic in the region. Now it lies reclaimed by nature, visited only by deer, black bears, and the occasional hiker or hunter. A place forgotten and lost to time. Any of y'all tell me what will break a tree limb off 8 feet above the ground with no other big limbs or anything happen falling to break it? I've got some ideas, and it doesn't include Bigfoot. Down near the water, found this little guy. Hey, buddy. I'm just a water snake. We'll leave him alone. Yeah, I gotta check that out. That'd give me about half the winter's firewood right there.